Today, we're diving deep into something really cool. We're going to be talking about how we're using blockchain technology, but not just in any old way. We're talking about a hybrid system that takes the best parts of public and private blockchains, and blends them all together. So you might be asking yourself, why would we even do that? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. So let's get right into it. When you think about some of the biggest challenges businesses are facing these days, a lot of it all comes down to like, how do you build trust? How do you make things transparent? How do you work with other companies and make sure everybody's on the same page, especially when you're sharing important information like sensitive data, financial records? You need a system you can rely on. It's that's secure, accurate, and keeps everyone honest, right? Now, the problem is a lot of the traditional systems out there, well, they weren't really built for the kind of speed and complexity that we're dealing with today. They can be slow, they can be hard to understand, and let's face it, they can be prone to errors and disputes. So, what's the answer? Well, that's where blockchain comes in. Now, I'm sure you've heard about blockchain, it's kind of a buzzword these days, but it's for a good reason because it really has the potential to revolutionize how businesses operate. At its core, blockchain is a decentralized and distributed ledger. So, what does that actually mean? Well, imagine a digital record of transactions that's not stored in one central location, but instead it's spread across a network of computers. Now, this makes it incredibly secure because no single entity controls the entire system. It's tamper proof and transparent, so everyone has a clear view of what's going on. But here's the thing, not all blockchains are created equal, right? You've got two main types out there: public blockchains and permission blockchains. Now, public blockchains are like the wild west of the blockchain world. They're open to anyone, super transparent, and every transaction is permanent. This is great for things like cryptocurrencies, but for businesses, not always the best fit because you need more control over who can access your data. You need privacy, and you need things to happen quickly and efficiently. So that's where permission blockchains come in. Think of them like a private club. You need permission to join, and there are rules in place to govern how things work. Now, this makes them more secure, scalable, and importantly, they're much easier to align with regulations. So here at edeXa, we thought, why not take the best of both worlds? Combine the strengths of public and permission blockchains. And that's exactly what we did. We came up with our hybrid blockchain solution. For our day-to-day operations, we use a permission blockchain. This gives us that speed, security, and control that we need to handle sensitive business data. Stuff like contracts, invoices, payments. But we didn't want to sacrifice the transparency and auditability that public blockchains are known for. So we created this thing called the master channel, and this is where things get really interesting. The master channel acts as a bridge between our permission blockchain and the vast open world of the public blockchain. So let's say we have a transaction happening on our permission blockchain. We take key pieces of information about that transaction, things like the date, the time, the parties involved, and we hash it. Now, hashing is basically like creating a unique fingerprint for that transaction. It's possible to reverse engineer, and it's then cryptographically signed to ensure its authenticity. This hashed and signed information is then sent over to the public blockchain through the master channel. So now anyone at any time can look at the public blockchain and verify that a particular transaction happened on our system without actually seeing the sensitive details. It's like having a public notary service that guarantees the trustworthiness of our records. And the beauty of this is it creates a whole new level of trust and collaboration for businesses. You can work with partners knowing that everything is secure, everything can be audited, and it's tamper proof. It streamlines your processes, it cuts down on disputes, and it just makes everything run more smoothly. But here's the thing that really gets me excited. This hybrid model have the potential to go way beyond just business. Think about supply chains, where you've got multiple parties all over the world that need to share information securely and transparently. Think about healthcare, where patient data needs to be protected, but also accessible to the right people at the right time. Think about government services, where transparency and accountability are absolutely critical. This hybrid blockchain approach can revolutionize all these areas and many, many more. It's not just about technology, it's about building a better way of doing things, a system where everyone can participate with confidence. And that's what we're all about here at edeXa. We're building the future of trust, one transaction at a time. And now let's move on to an important topic. How secure is our hybrid blockchain? Please, Merlin, go ahead. The stage is yours.
Hey everybody, Merlin here. Thanks for joining me for this live stream. I really appreciate you taking the time today. We're diving deep into something that's, really critical these days. Data security. It's not just headlines anymore, is it? It's something that's impacting every single one of us. You're generating more data than ever before, shopping, connecting, working, And honestly, traditional systems are really struggling to keep up. Every single centralized database is a target for hackers. And the consequences of breach, well, they can be devastating. So where does it fit into all of this? Well, we're not just talking about, adding another layer of protection here. We're talking about rethinking the entire system with blockchain at its core. And for those of you familiar with blockchain, yeah, we're going beyond the crypto hype. This is about leveraging its fundamental strengths: decentralization, immutability, to build a future where data security is the default, not an afterthought. Let's get specific. Imagine this: instead of all your data sitting in one massive server farm just vulnerable to attack, it's distributed across an entire network. That's the power of decentralization. Even if one part of the network is compromised, the rest remains secure. Your data isn't just protected, it's resilient. And how about immutability? This is huge. Once data is recorded on edeXa's blockchain, it's set in stone, literally etched in digital stone. No alterations, no deletions, no sneaky backdoors. Think about the implications for everything, from financial transactions to medical records. Complete transparency, absolute auditability. This is trust built into the system itself. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Okay, blockchain got it, but how does edeXa actually make my data secure today? Great question. Let's talk about encryption. We're not just talking about basic encryption here. We're talking about cutting-edge cryptography, the kind that would make even the most determined hacker sweat. It's like locking your data in a vault. But this vault has multiple layers of security, each with its own unique key. And guess what? Only authorized users have those keys. So even if someone manages to breach the outer layers, the core data remains completely inaccessible. And here's where it gets even more interesting: smart contracts. We're not just securing data, we're automating trust. Imagine a supply chain where every step from order to delivery is tracked and verified on the blockchain. Smart contracts trigger automatic payments, ensuring that suppliers get paid on time every time once the terms of the contract are met. No more disputes, no more chasing invoices. This is the future of transparent, efficient, and secure transactions. So where does this leave us? With edeXa, we're building a digital world that's fundamentally more secure. Not because we're adding more locks on the door, but because we've rebuilt the door itself. And this isn't just about businesses. It's about empowering everyone with control over their own data. I truly believe that this technology has the power to transform our digital lives for the better. So jump in, explore edeXa, and let's build this future together. Thanks again for tuning in.